Good morning! How is everybody? Get that out of here. Go on, get. Goodness! We haven't live streamed in like a week almost. 6 days. Granted, we've had content every day, so that's a nice change of pace. I haven't streamed since I got my hair cut. Oh, my lord. How is everybody? Oh, you said looking swish. Skalakin, I thought you said looking Swiss, and I was like, what? Is that a thing for them? Alright, so first let's go through some hellos to the people who bothered to be here at the beginning. It's always a nice thing. So we got Goatser Drake Zorora Venati. Nice. Liam Key, Servant of the Horned Rat. Chitra. Kiro Haas, looking forward to seeing your stuff, man. Archivarius Ray, Skalakin. Thanks for being here, guys. Nice and early. Happy to see you next Q&A. Dude. Fucking. When I opened the thing for the, also hello to Batumi, Theron Net, Jamon 2020, and Felix Minner, and Tias von Pixterin. Morning, dudes. So, the Ogre Q&A, I shit you guys not, I was like, okay, so last time for the Greenskin Q&A, I accidentally, like, put it out, and then I didn't close it for a really long time. And it got to the point where, there were like so many questions. So it took 15 episodes to get through them all. And I was like, all right, we're not going to do that this time. This time, I'm going to do 7 days where you're allowed to ask Ogre questions, and that's it! Benjamin's Prime, thanks for sneaking in here, bud. Don't get in trouble. And I was like, okay, so the Ogres isn't going to be nearly as bad. Dudes, I checked it today just on the fucking community page. So just the community page. There's already 140 questions. I looked at it this morning and it was just like, fuck! What have I done? So that's just gonna be a whole thing. Alright, so we need to do quick play. If anybody wants to join that has the game, feel free. I'm just gonna go ahead and hop into a game so we can get going.
You're going back to
How much coffee have I had? 0. I've had no
Destroy
caffeine
them all
today.
as you did before, but find the room.
This is what I'm like when I'm well rested.
Don't bother coming
I actually
back
had a
down.
reasonable amount of sleep last night.
You may enjoy his jolly little motivational speeches. I care.
Just wondering about how the DLC review vid is coming on. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't worked on it. I need to do that. Maybe I'll do that today. If the volume's bad, just let me know.
Keep going. I'm not finished yet.
You want to know about them frat boys? Did y'all know I was in a fraternity? Did y'all know that? There's a fun fact for you. Mine was not a party fraternity, though. Ah, great.
This seems familiar. It really is realistic, isn't it? Oh, don't mind me. My thoughts are wandering.
Hey, Louie, how you doing, man? Is it Louie or Lewis? Mr. Gomez. The Fraternity of Sotek? Nope, it was not named after me. I was in a fraternity called Phi Mu Alpha. The full name is Phi Mu Alpha Symphonia. Are there any Symphonians in chat? I doubt it, but... Fire! Hey, last defender of Shovel, how you doing? Joseph, I know, man. Just assume that one's... Well, that... Y'all are used to it around here. You're fine with either? Okay, well, as long as you're fine with it. Nope.
I hope you want to fight. We found a Chaos Warrior. Yes, it's right.
The concept of fraternity is pretty weird outside of the US. Well, I will say that the fraternities in the US are very weird, depending on the fraternity. Some of them are like really big party frats where they just get drunk. Like for me, the concept of fraternities living together, that's super weird. My fraternity was one of the older ones. It was like 100 years old almost, or just a little over 100 years old. And or wait, 100? I think so. I'd have to double check. But we weren't allowed to have housing. Like we were expected to live normally. We weren't allowed to have a frat house. They did have frat houses like way back in the day, but stuff happened and they were like, you know what, this is a bad idea. If they want, because they're like, they didn't want the fraternity to be all into like, oh, I'm so fucked. Do you have plans for a character lore video? Yes. Tell you guys what. How about this? Let me offer y'all a little something. Well, that went well. How about today I show y'all a snippet of the upcoming legendary lore video. Lord video. How about that? Would y'all like that? A little sneak peek? Yeah, we're gonna try and find a different party. What chord is that? I need to... Alright, I'll tell y'all what. At the end of the stream, I will show y'all a clip from the Queek Legendary Lord video, okay? It'll be at the end. That way anyone who doesn't want to see it yet can just jump out. Are there people playing? Oh yeah, there's tons of people playing. Okay. Ah, it keeps connecting me to this guy.
Here we are again, Magnus Tower.
Whatever. See if I can carry him this time.
Don't get carried away killing every little rat that crosses your path on the way to sounding that ridiculous horn.
Platoon, I don't like playing Bright Wizard. I'm terrible with Bright Wizard, but I'm trying to get her to level 35 so she's max level.
You're only going to forget it all once the illusion's prepared.
Don't worry though, we'll switch to a character I'm actually good with in a little bit. I gotta warm up. Sup, Franz? Dominic, good to see you. What would I want in return? For what, James? You trying to make deals with the devil over there? Is the Norska campaign difficult in Total War Warhammer 2? It's not super easy, but I wouldn't say it's like super crazy hard or anything. Check for any goodies down here. Maybe some artwork if we're lucky. A bomb? I'll take a bomb. How am I this Hexen dog? I'm good. I feel very good today. You know, I got out that Tin Juan fight video for today, which was great. The Greenskin Q&A is finished, which is great.
No sign of a watch when you need them.
Oh, look, I'd forgotten about that. Never mind. Ignore me.
So yeah, I'm in a pretty good mood today, my dudes.
Rest is for later. Flames are for now.
I see healing. Norska is easy if you spam mammoths. Yeah. Any campaign is easy if you cheese it. But cheesing is for the weak.
By the Patriarch, up the tower and below that big wall. That'll bring us help.
Oh god, I hit to switch my weapon and it just didn't. Rest behind me. I could be wrong, but it very much feels like this guy has not put any good equipment on his bots.
There's always bloody more of them, isn't there?
Marcus, are you shooting me?
Hey, Orc Boss, how you doing? Nope, not today.
Really, Ratty? Challenge
Oh, there's two of them.
the flame. Can't feel my hands.
I always see a lot of really interesting, well, interesting might not be the word. I always see a lot of really negative chat about Fat Shark whenever I'm like on the subreddit and stuff, and I'm curious if there's any truth to that or if it's just people not liking how fast or slow rather the game is moving, like in development and stuff like that. I mean, I know I very rarely have issues with the game, but apparently that's not the case with some people.
Assassin rat dead.
Uh-oh. Literally the second I get him up, he just gets jumped on again. I mean, that's a bummer, but it's also hilarious. A Greenskin homebrew campaign? Dude, that's awesome. Orc Boss, you'll have to let me know when you finish that. I'd love to see it. Okay, well we've got other 35s with us now, so I am not as stressed as I was about this party.
Not sure there should be this much blood.
Sharon, you're in a bad way.
You know, let somebody else get it.
This will hurt, but it will help.
Gas rat incoming. Yeah. Dead flame spouter. Found bombs.
Stephen gun rat.
Are they not getting it? Okay, I will get it.
The ratling is dead.
Bunch of goobers. Are there going to be more expansions in this game? I don't know. There's a lot of hold on, let me make sure that looks okay. Yeah, okay. There's a lot of speculation about this game, about if there's going to be future DLCs or who knows what. But there's nothing for certain. Fat Shark has not said anything in a good while. What city is this? This map takes place in the Empire city of Ubersreich, which Ubersreich is a super famous imperial city. Oh god, they keep popping up behind me. Stop it. More flaming skulls or burning heads. Goodness. Seems like the graphics get worse every update. Really? I think they look fine. Maybe I'm not as discerning. They've said at least one new career by the end of 2020. Really? A new career for like everybody or just for one character?
With Chaos Warrior story.
Why are there no Flanders here? Oh, I think I might have broken the illusion.
Oh yeah, the Drakenfels thing is coming out. I forgot about Drakenfels, I'm gonna be honest.
Is that
You stink stronger than you try. Go on again. I take it.
That was messy.
Now that's a good one. We must fight at our ends now.
I hear berserkers. Or not berserkers, but Norsemen.
Blow blobber coming in.
Luminaire? Bring it down! Run! That thing's gonna blow! Failed, Gastra. Death is too good for you.
Having a rest, Witelgi. No time for that.
Hold on, mayflies. I'm going to drink. There! In the distance. Tower of disproportion.
Work, you stinking crow. Work.
There's something odd about that statue. It's too gaudy, and I think there's something else.
Gone. I've lost kin to those things.
Sharpwit was about 20 years old. Sleek Sharpwit, yeah.
Here! Ammunition!
Grimgate, go! We need to kill the sorcerer.
Warrior wins now, sorcerer! Poke your head out from behind that shield, Bradley!
You have to keep doing all the kills, Witelgi.
Oh, next one that comes off his shirt wasn't
Oh, great. Beastman.
Cracky, you might hit something. Blood everywhere, and another one's gone. Oh, they're on the attack now. Right here. Give me a shot. I've gone. Someone give me a reel. Stop that, Savage. Over there, Dory.
One new career is what I most want to see. For these characters, If they were able to get away with it, I would really love to see, like, for Barden. Oh, a Minotaur, cool.
Or is the ground shaking?
You don't get to fight a Minotaur too often. All right, he's a little upset. He's a lot of upset. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Poison! Poison!
Dead.
Charging.
Minotaur! Fight!
That's the trouble with hell.
Whoa, big boy. For Barden, if Barden could have like an engineer class or a runesmith, if they could get away with a runesmith, I would kill for a runesmith.
Watch
Um, For the elf, I think for the elf, I would want like a war dancer. Oh, great, more beastmen. Hold on, let me get through this beastman horde real quick. Another one.
I take out my frustrations where I can with it. And since there's an uproar if I shoot one of you.
Hang in there, dwarf.
Light Stormer, end his existence.
Jesus. Nope. Stop that.
The fire is also generous and giving.
It's not Bugman's, I'll tell you that.
For the elf, I would really like her to get another wood elf career. So if she could get like a elven war dancer, that would be really, really cool.
Lousy service.
Feeding.
Trying to think what else, what other wood elf careers would be really neat.
That's a storm sorcerer.
Cut him to little pieces.
Stop it. I said stop it. Warrior of Ruin.
They brought up a warp fire thrower.
The fire's out! Thought I'd lose my beard for a moment.
Yeah. They would definitely need a hardcore melee Bright Wizard. Like, I would love for the Bright Wizard to get like a... Ah, she got fucked by those three.
It may fly to outlast you,
Fucking kill.
Bargain. Time to heal.
Ah, the animation took too long. Rough bananas. Sorry, now I can actually focus on what you guys are saying. I would probably say, if I could get, if Sienna could have like a hardcore melee career that was all about her having like the Flaming Sword of Ruin, or if Sienna actually had like augment focused abilities, something along the lines of like the that allows her, like maybe her ult or something allows her to buff the damage or give everyone flaming weapons for a minute. That would be really, really cool. Other ones that would be good. Okay, I'm gonna hurry up and try and get a game before this guy starts again because I want to fight with him. Hustle.
Good evening.
Yeah, support wizard. If it was a support wizard that focused on melee combat, I would love that. Would I like Wizard Lords for Empire and Total War? I'll say this, Felix. I do not think the Empire is done until they have Wizard Lords. The lack of Wizard Lords is a travesty. Is this online, Hairminch? Yes, this is a multiplayer game. For the War Dancer, for the Elf, actually, I guess that really wouldn't add anything new in, would it? That would just be too similar to like the Handmaiden and the Waystalker. Oh, you know what? You know what would be cool for Carillion would be oh god, what are they called? Fuck, what are they called? If they wanted to give her magic, they could make her like a Shadow Dancer, which are barely wizards because they use shadow magic, but they're like War Dancer characters that have the ability to use magic, but they're not very good at it. They only use a little bit of magic, and they use shadow magic. So a Shadow Dancer could be really cool. I would also really like to see a... crap, what are they called? The stupid dudes with the giant blades in the Wood Elf army. Hold on. Army builder! Show me Wood Elf specialty weapons. Or Wood Elves. Wood Elves. Special choice. Wildwood Rangers. There we go. I would love to see a Wildwood Ranger option for the, yeah, Wildwood Rangers for Carillion. That would be super cool. That's all about, like, just big ol' honking great weapons and the ability to, like, just massacre typically tanky stuff. For Saltspire should have a warrior priest, dude. Saltspire is all about being, like, religious. Like, let him be, like, an actual warrior priest for his new career. That would be sick. Giving us an actual priest character, finally. And then for Barden, the dwarf, I would either want a runesmith, or I could settle for... So he's got a stealthy ranged option, a hardcore tanky melee option, and a hardcore melee option that's like the exact opposite. So for Barden, I would probably want to see like an engineer character. Oh, my headphones are like freaking out. Hold on a second. Oh. There we go. What are these again? Use your Corsair. There we go. Yeah, that's our. What about Kruber? Kruber. So he's got Foot Knight. He's got like the Ranger of Tull, and then he's got a Foot Soldier. For Kruber, if you did a Runesmith for Barden, I could see an Engineer for Kruber. And if you... Okay, that should have been long enough for us to get a game. If you did an Engineer for Barden, then for Kruber, I could see... God, what would you do different for Kruber? Maybe some kind of, like, musket-based character, like a free company militia or something like that.
But I think I'd like to.
My kids don't always think kindly of those who command flames, Aaron.
All bright
I should
wizards, Barden.
switch my Bright
Or
Wizard.
just those who...
I should switch my Bright Wizard to the one that can teleport, because that's actually way better for mobility.
Death, destruction, and creepy crawlies coming out of the woodwork. My thumbs are prickling.
Air Mensch, they are putting the Skaven will be playable this year, sometime this year.
Do your thing.
Minor Barden, that would be hilarious. Outrider, Pistolier based character, yeah, that could be cool. I feel like that's kind of more like the difference between Kruber and Saltspire, but yeah. Oh great, we got like the hardest map for Legend.
Stretch the old legs, see new places.
Lunar doesn't worry over nothing.
Well, better get moving. Won't find anything standing around nattering, will we?
Steam Tank Kruber. Isn't it Saltspire that wants to be a steam tank?
Have a care, darlings. There might be more lurking close by.
Stop it,
Where are the others?
Man, things sound weird on these.
L, shield rat. Dead. And stand well done.
Really, Ratty? You challenge a maven of the flame? Healer's elixir!
God, it hurts.
Right, the gunner,
Don't just
somewhere
stand
close.
there! Move!
Boy, which eye do you want missing?
Lucky strike.
That rasping friend. A gas rat.
What happened to the heads on Queek's trophy rack? Thorgrim crushed them. Thorgrim destroyed them on the battlefield.
Anything about this seem a little off, darlings?
Do I think CA will overhaul Sieges in Warhammer 3? God, I hope so. The Sieges as they are now are a travesty.
Yes, Mr. Carillion.
Aye, we do. They seek to corrupt and spoil them. It's humans in whose interest in stopping them.
There! Assassin! Give her what it is!
Assassin rat dead.
Cute. That is not where I wanted that to go.
Stay clear of it! Preparing to fire! Let the exiles come.
See, I know how to get to the Grim here if I could find the black powder to go with it.
Darling, maybe Thomas like Rogers?
You want more and more! Keep shooting at me!
Swing, 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 swing. Okay, he was not aiming at me, but whatever. That dude just poked me in the butt.
Incoming! Ah, you're getting a knack of this, Goofy! No more soul drinking for that, please! Good dog!
You want a dog? And fires are plenty
Mine.
for whatever waits ahead. That's not good, darling.
Man, I still have to do all
Sky
this.
shouldn't be swarming
I still have
with
to do all the
magic.
fucking alternative missions on this.
Totally down the woods. Now, well, bloody orcs don't do you. You better do so.
Swamp sorcerer!
Ever have any trouble with beastmen before, Roddy? Any trouble? Trade routes through the forests. Of course, that's as often
Believe me when I say that any caravan attacked by Astrai wouldn't have the chance to split.
Now, let's not make a conflict of this. We're all on the same side.
J-Hopes, dude, I am so excited for the Age of Sigmar stuff. Like, I want to play that so bad. I don't want to GM it though. I want to play it because they've said that you'll be able to do. That is not the right wizard. I killed a totally different Nurgle wizard. They said that you're going to be able to do Seraphon. Like, you'll be able to play Lizardmen in the new AOS one. There he is.
The winds die with their master.
The Dawn of War 1 and 2 devs are making an AOS RTS. Really? J-Hopes, could you shoot me a link to any of that info on Discord? I'd love to read that.
Cruel amongst the cruel men.
Ow, what hit me? Oh, that's worse. Oh, I got no armor. Stamina. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Okay. They're under a new company. Dude, God, I would love a good Dawn of War 1 or 2 style game. I don't care what it is. Like, I would just play it.
Calm down.
I love those games. I definitely would prefer it in the style of 1 as opposed to 2, but I would love more of an old school RTS.
Strangler's gone limp. He's done.
Ah! So many specials.
Assassin rat's dead.
That's Chaos Spawn.
A vile perversion approaches.
It's funny, isn't it?
Did I miss? Yep. Oh.
The shadows hide.
Fuck! I saw him! I was like, I strafed across him. I was like, I'm about to get punched.
Once the corruptors find footholds, they spread like
Okay.
A warfare thrower? I don't like them. Not one bit.
Fire is too good for vermin. But fire is also generous. And
I enjoyed Dawn of War 2, but Dawn of War 1 was definitely the better game. I don't like that noise.
They burn good, eh, Sparran?
No, no, bad. Bad!
Have a bit. Bang off.
Sergeant! Thank you.
Crack the assassin. Claws in clap. Push. Arakita.
I like this group. This is a good group.
I think we broke the warp fire thrower.
Whee!
Cross the bridge, mayflies.
You found it? So, Jamon, if you don't mind me asking, what was it about 2 that you liked more than 1?
Ammunition, darling. Help yourself.
I'm not contesting your opinion, I'm just curious.
Skaven Ganrat!
For Clar Carrot.
Nope.
You talk as if they're rare, Kruger. Corruptors know them.
Not in the cities behind nice stone walls. This blasted
This blasted wilderness is
Happen at them, dwarf.
Ooh, barely got him. This is really bad. They're coming from 2 directions. Swing faster, dwarf. Swing faster.
Kill that gas rat!
God, it sucks when they do that. I'm just gonna wait.
Strangler, bring it down. Don't let it touch me.
What an odd taste.
Look out! Blackie!
I'm gonna need that. Still, you little turd.
Dead and gone!
Vile white
Into blue.
Oh, hello.
always compensating with machinery.
Now the dwarf.
Watch yourselves! Under auction! Get your
God, there's so many of them.
Sierra, watch your blade!
Shield is
That's not good. Oh God! Ah, fuck. I got surrounded. Man, I need my back against something. Nope! Not interested, thank you. Oh God, there's two of them! Why are there two of them? Oh! You like the greater focus on combat too. Okay, that's fair. Two did have a lot more of like straightforward tactics. Also, yeah, Tyranids. I love Tyranids. So having them in game 2 did not hurt. I guess we should tune into the action shots. Oh, that's a patrol. God, look how many Ungor archers are in that thing. Oh, shit. Oh, you can't make that jump. You gotta go around the other way. Ah! Assassin! Ah! Sleech! Ah! Another assassin! Ah! Oh, God! Nicely done. Now you just gotta dodge 1,000 archers and defense and another leech. Get your ult, you mad bitch! Get your ult! Watch the wizard. Oh, hurry! Oh, what? Okay. Woo! There's a chance. Egg. I just ulted the patrol. No, 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 no! Get off the wall, get off the wall, get off the wall, get off the wall! Fucking Vestigor, dude. I killed as many as I could. I'm really bad at strafing with this character. I'm really bad at strafing with this character.
Juber's gone.
She can't even do anything.
Watch yourselves! We have archers! Down here, Blake mayflies.
Oh, this is such a scary place. She's got like nowhere to go if something gets bad. Or, you know, she could just kill everything. I guess that works too.
I need help, curse you! Strangler!
Woo! That is a leech.
I've no more arrows. That sorcerer, he's warping the winds. The blight storm is finished.
How far away are we? Okay.
Mayflies!
The elf is.
Lost beyond
I can carry if I'm playing Ironbreaker, or if I'm playing Ironbreaker, Bounty Hunter, Elf, any of the elf careers, quite frankly, or
standard me, boys.
what's the other one? Huntsman. If I'm playing any of those, I feel really, really good. I hate the Bright Wizard. I just am trying to level her up to the point where I don't have to play her anymore. I'm gonna switch after this though. Just so it's not horrible to watch because I'm constantly dying. Ooh, she is in the danger zone.
Shove standard ticket, boys. There's a runner close by.
Oh, great! Bullshit! So much bullshit! Ah, there should be a way to break free of this! I hate everything! This is bullshit! Literally, the millisecond I get up, I get grabbed. Fuck this game. I do need to switch my Bright Wizard though, because honestly, I don't think this version of the Bright Wizard is as good as the other. I used to like this one because it's better for DPS, but reliable DPS is not as key in my opinion on higher difficulties than mobility. I think mobility is so much more important on high difficulty. Which is what you get from this career? Yeah.
Wars leaves even larger than during the Uber's rank scuffle.
And then to switch weapons.
You hear those screams last night? Reckon there's a chance this whole place is haunted.
Yeah, I guess sword would be better. What are my talents? Burning damage over time is increased by 150%. All non-burn damage is reduced by 30%. But I have a fire sword, right? Yeah, so that's fine. Oh, but that lets me firewalk more often. Yeah. Oh, that's really good too. Let's try that. Sooth shield sucks. Oh, okay. Good to know. Thank you. I like my outfit. Alright, so let's try fire sword.
Would you mind casting an
What is this, bolt staff? I don't like the bolt. I don't think the bolt staff is very good. Could go fireball. We'll just go conflagration for right now.
Long on enthusiasm, but they lack experience.
Yeah, see, that gives me the ability to teleport considerably. That's so nice.
I confess, Corrickson, that I find your diligence uplifting. You understand duty.
And always stern and present, Mistress Grimke, to be loved and feared at the same time.
There are pacts sworn everywhere right now, and if it wasn't for Fort Braxenbrooker, they'd be even farther afield. I'd suggest you get out.
One thing I want on
and make
maps
sure
is
Fort
cinematic
Braxenbrooker
events.
holds. Avoid the siege.
Louis, for what game?
Taking a
Do I think
secret
Bugman is going to be a
down
character in
by the
Total War
river.
Warhammer? At the
Chances
rate
are
we've
the
been
rat
going,
knows
yes,
about
I
it,
think
but
that's likely.
beggars can't be choosers.
Do you need an RPG for such... You need an RPG for... Dude, we need a Warhammer RPG, though. Let's be real. So, just curious, chat. If y'all could play as any... Let me put it this way. How awesome do y'all think it would be if we got, like, The Witcher RPG, but it's about Gotrek and Felix? Or Malice Darkblade? Or Thanquol? Or, like, any of the characters that have, like, an actual series that you could play through? Like, imagine, like, the new God of War or Witcher 3 or one of those, but it's Gotrek and Felix. And hell, if you did Gotrek and Felix, you could do couch co-op. You know? Like, that would be fucking amazing!
With bombs here.
You'd like a unique character, and of course you could do unique characters as well.
Down and down.
I'm still waiting for someone to come out and make, like, Divinity Original Sin 2, but a mod to make it in Warhammer.
Have you fought in many sieges, Bardin?
More than I can count. It's a rare hold that isn't constantly in battle.
I see. Any tips for survival?
I spy a hook rat.
Bombardier, throwing!
That roast big
Keep back!
boy.
Gas rat!
Gas rat.
Press on. We shall prevail. Dead, not alive.
Bringers of plague. Take
Thanquils would be unique. You get defeated every mission. Well, you have to remember that the key thing about Thanquil is not necessarily that he loses. It's that he wins in unexpected ways. Or turning every loss into a win.
contract, sir. What would you shooting me on?
Like, imagine if in Thanquil's game, you had to deal with a situation where you lose, right? Like, every time you're trying to accomplish a mission, you almost always lose. But then part of the game is you have to try and spin it to make it seem like you actually won. Like, you have to decide how Thanquil's gonna pitch the idea to suggest that, no, I didn't lose, I actually won. To, like, the Council of 13. Like, that would be genuinely hilarious, in my opinion.
I'll throw the attack. You kick to the shot. Look out. Over here.
Playing as Grimgor? Well, that would be like easy mode.
Poor little hook rat! What a shame!
But I mean, hell, I'd play an RPG game that lets you play through Archaon's epic.
Oh, not enough. Try again. Harder. Yeah.
That'd be a fucking spicy meatball of a game. There need to be more RPG video games where you get to play as the bad guys, you know? A Warhammer roguelike where you go down to the Carrick 8 Peaks, that would be cool.
There's a rock. Careful, we'll have your head. We'll follow the
Like Darkest Dungeon, but in Warhammer Fantasy. There's actually a mod for
Is that a battling gun?
Darkest Dungeon that's coming out in the near future. Well, the beta for it, or the first version of it's coming out in the near future. That has Skaven as all the enemies, and it looks really, really good. I don't know I think it's based on Vermintide, so it's gonna have like the Vermintide characters and stuff. Oh god, that is so nice being able to just be like, I don't want to be here. Alright, let me get this tome. Damn it! I'd love to play as Quick Head Taker. Yeah. You all could just... No. No. Sorry. Sorry. Admissions are closed.
Be ready. Fighting warfire with steel and shot is
Okay.
no laughing
This one's always
matter.
the hardest jump.
Warfire.
There we go. Oh, come on! That was the easy one. I got over. I got greedy. Okay, it's here. Jumped over it. I'll make it one of these days. Okay, so up here. Good. Huh. Good. Good. Finally. Fucking Christ. Where is it? There it
An
is.
immolated foe for every scratch, I swear.
God, that took for fucking ever. No, I just had an idea. Let's hear it, Roman. What's your idea, brother? I have a question. Do you think that Versus No will bring new life to this game? Yeah. As long as it actually works, yes. I just saved the floor.
Stand clear of that hook. Not now, witch. Find that creepy, crabby one.
Bad.
Oh, a chaos warrior.
Oh, that's controlled.
As you should be. No one wants to look your corpse around. Chaos warrior, piece of growth.
More fire, please!
Get your best shot.
Burn, you bastards!
I'm losing blood.
Potion of strength! Potion of strength! Dude, this is so much easier. Like, having this mobility is just such a blessing.
Your wounds need tending, Master.
Stop it!
We're coming, Kruber.
Up.
Kill that bombardier! Ah, but grandmother hits harder than that!
Yeah, the private servers, the MMO is it is functioning, but it does have its fair share of problems. I really want to get back into playing it. I just don't have the time right now, and it sucks.
No more dancing, Chaos Warrior.
Sure.
Just
Thumbs down.
Hook right!
Dead Strangler. You want to dance?
Just gonna let them do their thing. I always wondered how a Warhammer movie would do. Hopefully better than the Warcraft movie. Though, personally, I loved the Warcraft movie, but I get that most people did. But then again, I just liked Gul'dan. Like the Gul'dan part of it, I was just like, this is amazing. Uh-oh. Jesus. Quickly! Logic dictates this wouldn't work, but it's magic, so who cares?
Why everything burns, Johnson. Fire's hunger never sleeps.
Alley-oop! Oh, that barrel did not like where I threw it.
Someone give me a breeze. Go on, hit me harder.
What the fuck? I would like up, please. Thank you.
Don't squander it.
Yup. 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 That was a really bad place to take that fight, but it's okay. You love a Warhammer movie about Belegar? The problem, I think a lot of the time, the problem with like fantasy movies, like Warhammer or Warcraft or whatever, the problem is you have to set up so much information for the layman to get it, you know, to understand and be able to follow the story. And just a lot of people, like, it's hard to introduce somebody to a universe without, like, boring them because of the amount of setup you have to do. You know what I mean? Honestly, if they ever did a movie for Warhammer, they would have to do The Legend of Sigmar. Like, the life story of Sigmar would probably be the best place they could start for a cinematic universe. And then if it does really well, you know, you could then go on to cover other characters like Nagash, who would also show up in that series. And other stuff like that. But it would be very difficult. Great! It's a fucking Minotaur. Potion of speed time. That did not work as well as I'd hoped. Woo! Oh god, fuck! Why'd he run at me? I wasn't even near him. Well, I did a lot better this time. I think if they did a Warhammer trilogy on Sigmar Heldenhammer, I think that could do really well. Like, the first story is about Sigmar, like, becoming who he is, and has the climax of the Battle of Blackfire Pass, and ends with him becoming the Emperor. And then in the second movie, it focuses on, the second movie should focus on, him versus Nagash. And then the third movie could be him versus Morkar the Uniter. Like, that would be an awesome trilogy. I always found it super weird that the books didn't do that. The books went Blackfire Pass, then they did a Chaos Invasion, but it wasn't Morkar's, it was like a smaller one. Then they did Nagash, and then they never covered Morkar the Uniter, which was weird. Well, I'm getting better with Bright Wizard. Maybe this staff is the problem. I'm gonna try a different staff. Let's see.
Don't worry if it gets a bit...
I'm just gonna crap this because I don't have it. So, do I have a beam staff? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Crafting... Where is it? Staff. Yeah, Magnus the Pious would be a really cool movie. That's very true. Oh, whoops. Just upgrading all this garbage. I'm gonna go ahead and leave. That way, these guys can do what they want while I get this figured out. I don't wanna weigh them down. Oh, servant. Yeah, they'd have to like redo that. They'd have to redo that.
At least the sun is shining, eh?
Oh, dudes, doing a Malekith series that ends with Malekith becoming... Dude, they wouldn't even have to do it, like, quite like that. Like, you could legitimately make a trilogy about Malekith that starts off with Malekith the hero, and the last movie is him becoming the Witch King. Like, that would be really sad, but really cool. That would be such a good way to introduce him. Alright. I guess we'll try a beam staff, maybe? What are the properties? Garbage. Also garbage. I have so much blue dust, it's just an asterisk now. Ooh, yikes. Not really wanting a crit-based staffed. Roman. Here, let me scroll up, buddy. No, I just had an idea. You play around the middle mountains, Oslin and Hockland, in late game Gothor attacks. Basically, as the Crusades are going on, you play as guys doing quests around the middle mountains, Hockland and Oslin, and all the time they're teasing this new threat, and in the late game Gothor shows up. Gothor shows up and use your combined skills to survive and ultimately see the defeat of Gothor. Yeah, that would be super cool. You know, I actually think it would be really, really fun and rewarding to get to play a lot of those, like, truly terrifying situations. Especially, like, the thing I really like about a situation with Gothor is that he, like, Gothor kind of wins, you know? Like, he dies in the end, but Gothor does manage to tear down an entire province. No. 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 I would gladly pay 100 dust to just pick what I want. Jesus Christ. No. Try the two-handed mace? Okay, I'll try it. I have one, I just haven't used it. Dynasty Warriors, the Grimgor Ironhide. Yeah, Grimgor would be perfect for a Dynasty Warriors game. Okay, that's bearable. And Barrage is really good for a beam staff. So let's try that. Let's try the beam staff and the two-handed mace. Woo! We'll probably get match. Oh, can't find any hosted games. Okay, I guess it's just me. I'm a lonesome.
Rockblood raiding parties are cutting loose in the fields around Usingen. I don't need to tell you what that means for the poor bastards in their path.
No, not the flail, the two-handed... Oh! There's a two-handed mace for Sienna?
And I hope there are. You will find them held captive.
I did not know that.
Do what you can. Every prisoner freed is one less slave used by the enemy, and repay the dead in kind.
Two-handed flail or mace. I know about the one-handed mace. Are you sure there's a two-handed one? Well, whatever. We're using the flail for this mission.
Folk to rescue.
This is a waste of time. If the scanners have come through here, we'll find no survivors.
We're here to do what we can.
Taraj495, yeah, or 459, yes. I have used the Twitch integration many times. I traditionally don't use it unless I'm with a party of like people to who are I know are good at the game and I can like enjoy myself with. Just because Twitch mode tends to make the game a lot harder. What's the right click for this? Oh, okay. It looks like it's a knockback.
Gone now, thanks to the vermin.
A fine upbringing. Close to the land is close to the weed. Who knows, Kruber? Perhaps you're marked by it.
What does that mean? Hey, I'll ask you a question.
Soldiers, darling!
I got a stick!
That one's done.
At least my bots are like really good because they're decked out in like really good gear.
That's a good dummy, Dory. Mask my scent. Bless my aim.
That's not a good sound.
Sigma grant me strength. Farm, fish and investigator.
There's a bomb here.
Side by side, face them together.
That's so goofy. Alright, let's do this.
Shield ready. Hold your ground. The chaos warrior.
Beat my mace! Flail, whatever. So what is this, just a knockback?
Don't let me die with my boots on. There's a lot of blood in the wind. Heal up. You let smoke here.
Darling, hurry along. You might not have much time.
Hello.
Healing draft.
Have I ever played Magic the Gathering? Yes, I have played Magic the Gathering. I'm not a huge fan of Magic. Well, I do like Magic the Gathering Arena. I haven't played it in a long time, but I do like it. I do enjoy Magic under very specific circumstances in person. Like if we're playing it on a cube. A friend of mine has like a really expensive cube that's worth like 10 grand or some bullshit. And in that case, I enjoy it because it's fair. Generally, I don't like Magic the Gathering in person because the game to me is so pay to win that it's just ridiculous. Like the amount of it's a very expensive game to get into. Like Magic is fucking ridiculous how expensive it is. And B, I'm just not a fan of how pay to win it tends to be. And the fact that even if you like really go ham in it, a lot of your stuff will lose value very quickly.
Flame
Just because, like, you know, they're constantly releasing new sets and stuff. Yeah, this does not kill people very quick. Okay, so the beam staff is definitely... Dropped my guard for a millisecond. See if I can lead some of these. Okay, never mind. This Warhammer player is saying something expensive. Listen, here's the thing. When you buy Warhammer models, you're buying a hobby experience, plus you can use them as display pieces and a lot of other stuff. And I'm not saying that Warhammer isn't expensive. I'm just saying that Magic tends to be a lot more expensive. Especially if with Warhammer you're one of the people that's responsible and you're like, I'm not gonna buy anything until I finish what I'm working on. I don't want to be the backseat gamer. I would recommend the Fireball staff. Thank you, some random guy. I will do that. I will try the Fireball staff next. But Magic is ludicrously expensive compared to... Like, if you want to be good at Magic, like, you want to be able to go to your local hobby store, or, like, the dudes I knew in college and all that shit, and you want to play with other people, then you gotta shell out, dude. Like, you have to, like, figure out a deck, build it online, like, it needs to be really, really well designed. There's not a two-handed mace, there's just a mace. Okay, so you think I should build a mace. Okay. Let's build a mace. There ain't no two-handed one. Unless I just haven't unlocked it yet, but I'm pretty sure I've unlocked everything. Hey, Inconato Man. How you doing? Okay, let's check properties. So we want to go Fireball Staff. Okay, I like that, but we want to get rid of that trait. I don't like that trait. No. I know some people who print the cards out instead of buy them. That's hilarious. I love that. No. No.
Whoever's stealing her brushes.
Yes. Alright, and then the mace. Nope. Nah. When you have 2 feet of snow and Sotex streaming. Well, I hope that's a good feeling, not a bad feeling. Two feet of snow. Dylan, my dude, are you okay? That's so much fucking snow. I have been in one blizzard in my life. And compared to, like, the north, it wasn't really a blizzard. It was just that there was a fair amount of snow, but a fuckload of wind when I lived in the Panhandle. And my lord, that was unpleasant. God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna try like 3 more times, and I'm just gonna... I don't want a crit build. I want a crit build! Good enough. Alright, but the properties... 2 stamina... and 20% crit power. Crit chance and 8 versus chaos. Two stamina and 7.5. fine. I think we can do better than 725. Nope. No. Ooh, if those percentages were higher, I would really... Man, I'd really love to get attack speed. Ooh, that's not bad. Higher push angle? Ah, but I want that attack speed. I want it! 5% crit chance. 5% crit chance. Now that I want a crit trade, it's like, no. There you go. Alright. Oh, it is two-handed. Well, look at me just being a retard. Or sorry, I need to stop using that word. Look at me being a dipshit. There we go. There we go. Vane, are you having problems? Oh, I'm gonna message him. Elliot? Oh. Could have sworn this was one-handed mace, but...
You're going back to the forest and descry a war machine nest. Destroy them all as you did before, but find the rune.
Sorry to hear that, Vane.
Don't bother coming back at all. Loner may enjoy his jolly little motivational speeches. I care only about results. So don't mess this up.
Oh, okay.
All
right.
There's a flutter in their ranks. Foul artifices, clean fire.
We've a fortune now.
The one fire thrower is dead.
Die! Like a bolt of holy lightning. Light star, the wind dive at him.
Now this is
Good. No, sir. No heritage gained. Well fought, Sergeant. I fear not your horn, beast.
Think you can outrun fire, beastie?
Hurt.
I spend my blood willing.
Okay, I dig this.
I am ready.
Where is he? No, she got him.
Strangler! Packmaster's dead! Investigator!
The telltale sound of a rattling.
Get your head out!
Your winds are no match for my fire, sorcerer!
I like this weapon. It's got some weight to it. How does one join your Discord? There should be a link in the description. And if not, the AOS video I put out recently, you'll find it in there. Or if one of the mods is here, they can link you. I don't know if any of the mods are online right now. I got your back, Kruber.
The high and mighty LTTP! Can't think straight!
There is no excuse.
Hey, too cool.
Fire out to deal with me,
What's up, good sir?
Push us there!
Gonna have to take a lunch break in a little bit.
Can't fool my ears. Have a care. That's a chaos warrior.
Oh, that was a perfect shot.
Stop it, Ruler!
And that's the sack rat dead.
I can't deny that you know how to kill elf.
I had that.
It's 2 known regiments vanished without trace of movement. Help! Help!
Ow! Oh, I ate the full attack from a berserker. I was like, okay.
They're assassin eyes in the dark.
Get off me, backstabber! Fiona, watch your blade!
No.
Is this the right way? Who knows? Certainly not you, Rob. Take a look anyway.
Ugh. Okay. I think they're dead. You can stop shooting. Ugh. I like this mace. Am I gonna try Warcraft Reforged? Yes. I'm just really poor right now. I would buy it. I would actually buy it right now so I could play with Turin, but I can't afford it. At least for the moment. When I get paid, you bet. But I got bills, dude. I got bills.
Back on your feet, Gruber. The beast is charging.
Healing draft. That whip straight from the false moon.
Okay. How's the Sotek mobile? It's good. It'll take a while to pay it off, but
Yeah, I love
it works and it gets me to where I need to go, and that's solid.
A fair ambush, even for them.
Man, she really likes shooting arrows. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. That's not what I wanted.
Suppose that's my blood.
I see your fire.
Right, Hammer!
Let the fire slay them all.
Really was
Nice to have a chance
Big
for a little
set me on
unflicked
fire.
garlic.
I can't block. Everything's burning. Hey, over here.
Blaze like a torch.
Don't let me die with my boots on. You shall not die, Gruber! I'm the
All your characters are way under level. Well, then get cracking, Curse Fanatic.
Run for the bridge, Lumberfoots!
I should have seen if I have a thing for this.
Imbeciles, you're going the wrong way.
The Blight Storm is finished.
Ooh.
The Chaos Warrior's dead.
My butt clenched kind of hard there for a sec. Dylan, well, the sad thing is, Dylan, I had a car, it just blew up. I had my old car
It'll be worth it.
is a car that I have had for many years, and it took me on many journeys,
Look
and it just kind of got to the point that it decided it didn't want to exist anymore, and a part of the engine just kind of went kaboom. Oh shoot! I'm gonna stand behind Kruger. I'll cover his flank.
Allies. Adults and children are not allies.
You two, just shut up and guide your weapons for enemies.
Take it out. You're ready, mate,
Oh crap.
Sienna, stop!
Man, the hitbox on that is bullshit. That was nowhere near Carillion to hit her.
I know the way.
Ammunition!
Hey, Mads, how you doing, man?
Sienna!
And then she walks in front of me!
We're not here to play Stab the Most Packed Sworn.
Alright, this is one of the hardest maps, this part right here. Like, this gets insanely difficult. Case in point.
Wait, what's that poison rat?
It is just an assload of specialty troops.
Lost beyond words.
Ah!
Fast attack! Watch out!
Ah, shit. I showed up a second too late.
When I breathe.
Oh, come on. I had that. Uh-oh.
I still need your strong right arm, Tobat.
Come along, Marcus. We haven't all day.
Gas close coming in.
Die, filthy gas rat.
Welcome, sir. I'm the real record Anyone have some healing? Or not?
Where are you, idiot?
One take my sword, darling. Come on, Victor. Let's
I value him more than I value myself. Bad! No! Get away! Ah! Go away! Fuck! Oh no! I saw it! I saw it! Hey, Gimli 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How you doing? Cephalok, no, I don't have Twitch mode enabled because I don't hate myself that much today. Thank you though. Is Cataclysm worth it? See, I don't. How much is the Winds of Magic expansion? Does somebody know off the top of their head? It's like $20. I mean, I have mixed feelings. On one hand, I genuinely think, like, I love the Beastmen, having the Beastmen in the game. So I was happy to pay for them, even though I do think the Beastmen are a little more difficult than they should be. Like the Beastmen seem like they could really use a little bit of balance. They seem a little much sometimes.
I think there's something wrong with
But,
that seemed harder than before.
I don't know, like, I like the Winds of Magic DLC, but I also play this game a fuckload. I would say for anyone who only plays this game casually, which I played casually, but I think my version of casual is different than most. But I think for people who, like, barely play this game, it's definitely not worth it. I think if you're somebody that plays it, like, to do your daily, so you play, like, once every 3 days, I do think the Winds of Magic is probably worth it. But, like, I haven't done the Weaves. The Weaves are, like, a whole thing of content I haven't even touched yet. Oh, fuck. Because I genuinely love the Beastmen.
Don't look so ungrateful, Elf. I'm patching you up.
Just try to stop me.
It's this way.
But I will say it is very buggy. Like, nah, I wouldn't say it's buggy. I guess it's more of that a lot of the features are probably not done. And I do think they will be done eventually, because Fat Shark has been good about continuously chipping away at the game's problems. But the game does have a lot of problems. That is not a secret. And that's something I personally have just gotten used to. So it doesn't bother me when there's an issue, because I kind of have a ballpark in my mind of what the studio's good at and what they struggle at. So, I don't know. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, though. I think it's just a matter of preference. Like, how much are you willing to put up with?
Take that out.
Oh, God, it's so hard to aim past these dudes.
dark magic gathers about this totem. Perhaps this
Dude,
is
it
what
is so
helps
nice
us
when the
out.
enemy all comes from one consistent direction. It makes them so much easier to deal with. Do I know the name of the original Beastman? No. And at least in Warhammer Fantasy, there is no original Beastman. A bunch of Beastmen came into existence at the same time. Because the thing that happened with Beastmen is that when the polar gates exploded at the north and south poles of the planet, it basically caused there to be this massive wave of corrupting energy that spread around the entire globe. And that massive initial wave of corrupting power caused like a bunch of life forms across the planet to mutate horribly. Like either they outright mutated or they like fused with whatever was closest to them. So a lot of people and animals fused together. Those were the first Beastmen. So there is no like true originator of the Beastman species, if that makes sense.
I see a warp fire thrower. Fire and
Make the flying bee! Whoa! Oh, they came up from behind me. Man, I'm so bad at Bright Wizard, it's causing me. Mads, I could certainly talk about it. Oh, so random thought while we're just hanging out here, guys. Did any of y'all watch AGDQ this year? Awesome Games Done Quick. Anybody watch?
Leech.
So Beastmen are a lot of mutants together? Yes, but they've stabilized into a relatively predictable species. But Beastmen are just organized mutants, is probably the best way to think of them.
A black rat. A challenge at last.
Dr. Zero. The rudeness.
Hackmaster dog.
You don't know what AGDQ is? Oh my lord. So, for those who don't know, AGDQ is called It's Awesome Games Done Quick. And it's a charity event that happens twice a year. There's AGDQ and SDDQ, which is Awesome Games Done Quick and Summer Games Done Quick. They get together twice a year, once in the winter, once in the summer, and they speed run video games to raise money for charities, like the Cancer Foundation or Doctors Without Borders and stuff like that. And these guys raise a fuckload of money. Like this last AGDQ, which wrapped up last weekend, they raised over $3.2 million in 7 days. Think about that. $3.2 million in 7 days from a bunch of freaking random strangers and development companies on the internet. Outraised all the fucking millionaires and billionaires out there who are too goddamn greedy, you know, spare much if any of their money to charities. You know, they donate to charity and they're like, oh, $600,000. Bunch of people who are probably, you know, struggling with their ends meet, but just because they're willing to put aside their differences, are able to raise way more. Bill Gates notwithstanding. Bill Gates is out there like fucking getting rid of diseases and shit like a boss.
Any takers?
Oh, that was a bit close.
But it's super fun to watch.
Yes, have a good look. Sure, you nothing better.
Alright, this is the end of this map, chat. Chat, are we gonna complete a map? Are we gonna do it? Is it happening? The legends are true. Got him. Stupid giant rat. Eerie.
Ha! Gas rat. And it draws nigh. Here they come.
Come and get it!
There is no escape.
I've disappointed my family.
Insolence.
The head is fully armored out. Right now.
I have brought great shame! Shameful display! Oh my god, Plague Monk! I was blocking! What else was I supposed to do?
Bet you only fall over again.
There's the boat! He just has to get across that boat!
Helm approaching. The fast blow is mine. Vile thing. Look out.
If he can trick the Globadier, he can trick it into killing all these dudes. Oh god, the greed. Ah, there's too many shield rats! We won! We won! We got nothing, but we won. Yeah! Woo! Oh my lord. I couldn't do anything. Like, I was so surrounded by storm vermin, I couldn't push. I didn't have a way to teleport through them. Victory! Oh, look at that pity from Ranald. Victory! Victory! Who the hell is Trace Adkins? Goodness, what a mess. Alexi, I expected you to die! Oh my lord, what a mess.
Nice weather today.
And we got 2 dailies done. Nice. That's all I really care about are dailies. Everything else is just icing on the cake. Isn't that a quote from a movie character? Someone that says something along the lines of "You were all supposed to die"? Let's see. Let's change over to Dwarf. My one true love. Open some shit. Do you have to have all the DLCs to play together? No. No, you can play with anybody in Vermintide. You do not have to have the DLCs to play with them. It's just whoever is hosting. Oh, great. An orange deed. Ugh. Whoever is hosting determines what stuff is available. Bunch of garbage. Goodness. My lordy. Alright, guys. I need to stop for lunch. To go do all that jazzy skibbity gook. Which AGGQ runs did I enjoy? I enjoyed the Mario Maker race. I thought the Mario Maker 2 race was hysterical. Alright, guys. So I need to go for lunch, but I made y'all a promise that I would show you something cool. So please note that, So please note that this is not the final product. This is simply a this is like a first draft. But I'm going to show you guys, which I've had this for a while. And I actually need to get in contact with him again. We need to talk. So, as y'all know, in prior Legendary Lord videos, the Book of Choyer was nice enough to do some stuff for the video. And so he did the Queek Legendary Lord famous battle segment again. And I'm going to play it for you guys. So this is the first version of it. I need to reach out to Book because I got this from him like months ago. And we haven't talked in a while. So I'd like to talk to him so we can hopefully get the final version and I can get the video out to you guys in the near future. So hopefully this will entertain you guys for a little bit. But this is the first draft of the Queek Head Taker Legendary Lord video for the part of... I'm having a brain fart. The famous battle segment. So, without further ado, yeah, near future TM. Let's turn this on. And then I need to check something real quick. Okay. All right, here we go. I'll mute myself so you guys can just enjoy it. See y'all in a minute. For the famous battle portion of the video, we'll be journeying into the dark future of the end times, when Queek launched his final all-out assault against Skarsnik, in a climactic battle for Karak 8 Peaks, known as the War in the Great Vale. When Queek unleashed his claw packs upon the Great Vale, he expected to face a horrid series of ambushes the instant his troops emerged from the depths of the mountain. Instead, over 100,000 Skaven marched out timidly into the murky sunlight, to find nothing awaiting them. Even the squalid town of the Green Things was empty. Only a colossal orc statue standing against the verminous hordes. The head taker watched with no small amount of irritation as the ratmen swarmed across the vale looking for enemies, and yet finding nothing. All of his warlords, Clan Eshin assassins, and even the backstabbing Grayseer could find no sign of Skarsnik. The other leaders of the Claw Packs began to celebrate, before Queek rounded on them with barely restrained wrath. The little imp would never leave the City of Pillars willingly. The warlord of Clan Moors ordered for his armies to carry on as planned, and tear all the green thing's structures down and burn them to ash. As rat ogres and warp fire throwers began to work, Queek could only glare from the rubble that was once Karagnar. Sooner or later, the little imp would appear. After nearly an hour of work, the idiot fools of Clan Skryre proved incapable of destroying the massive idol standing at the center of the ruined Green Thing city. Yet just as Queek considered going down to remove their useless heads, his ears perked up at a bizarre squealing noise coming from above. Glancing upwards at the open sky, the head taker and his generals watched with fascination as Goblin Doomdiver soared through the air before crashing into the Skaven infantry below to devastating effect. Moments later, the stone colossus let out a rumbling roar and began crushing the troops cluttered around it. Suddenly, the Grimgate thundered open, and an endless tide of greenskins came pouring out directly into the center of the city. Queek eagerly raised Dwarf Gouger and shrieked for loyal Ska to signal the charge. The 5th Claw Pack surged down the rubble of Karagnar towards the main Green Thing force in an unstoppable tide of ragged fur. As he rushed towards the rapidly expanding Night Goblin line, the head taker managed to quickly survey the battlefield to see more Green Thing's infantry pouring in from all sides. He still couldn't see Skarsnik, but the Imp Thing tended to hide in the center of his largest force, so that's where the head taker would go. Predictably, as the Skaven slaves charged within a few yards, the cackling goblin shoved out drugged green things whirling around massive balls of iron. The warlord carefully waited out of reach for his vanguard to be utterly obliterated as the fanatics spent their fury, making the slaves much more useful than they ever were in life, now in death. Then he charged in personally, at the head of his Red Guard. With the slaves out of the way, the Lord of Clan Moors plowed into the Night Goblins with hundreds of elite storm vermin right behind him. The Rat King of Karagate Peaks was a whirlwind of death among the Crooked Moon troops, butchering a handful each second as he continued towards the dead center of the Greenskin army. After the Red Guard easily tore through 2 full regiments of Night Goblins, their progress ground to an abrupt halt as they tumbled into a readied contingent of heavily armored Black Orcs. The 2 elite units smashed into one another as the Black Orc warboss cut his way towards the head taker. With his Storm Vermin bodyguard fighting madly around him, Queek's anger boiled at the audacity of the big meat, and he rushed forward to meet it. Such was the Orc's size and strength that it effortlessly charged over 2 Redguard without even bothering to swing its massive axe, spilling them onto the ground and crushing their bodies beneath its tread. Mighty as it was, however, this big meat paled in comparison to another Queek had once dueled in Blackcrag. Just before the 2 warlords collided, the head taker gracefully spun at the last second to avoid his foe's blade, and brought Dwarf Gouger's spike hurtling into the Black Orc's chest. The warboss made a surprised gurgle as even its thick plate armor proved no match before Queek leapt up and stabbed his serrated blade through its visor, killing his foe instantly. The big meat collapsed, and Queek wasted no time in ripping off its helmet and sawing off the tusked head. He handed it to one of his storm vermin, who jammed it onto a free spike on the warlord's trophy rack, which had been left open for today's festivities. The black orcs were quickly surrounded, and managed to remain defiant, until Queek shrieked at Ska to break them, and his loyal lieutenant tore apart the standard bearer. Finally, the greenskins broke and fled, leaving the path to the Grimgate open, where Queek knew Skarsnik must be hiding. Just as he gave the order to pursue, however, a horn rang out across the valley, and goblin screams filled the air. The head taker looked up in time to see goblin doom divers plummet down to crash among his forces, shaking their morale and slowing their charge. Irritated, the warlord of Clan Moors deftly climbed atop a ruined wall and took in the battlefield. He hissed at what he saw. Goblins were pouring out of the mountains to the west, encircling his rear. The huge idol they had discovered that morning was smashing through the Skaven center, some shaman atop its shoulder hurling bolts of green energy. Queek wished he had some screaming bell or hell pit abominations to counter this, but alas, the cursed beard things had killed his only ones. Squealing turned his attention towards the caves that his Clan Eshin scouts had assured him were clear, only to see a stream of bounding squigs led by a red one the size of a giant. At the foot of Karak Zilfin, mangler squigs came spinning into unaware ratmen to unleash terrible violence. As if that all wasn't enough, the Skaven war machines went eerily silent on the eastern edge of the valley. Although Skaven vision isn't great for long distance, Queek could just make out what appeared to be a horrific swarm of wolf rat-sized spiders interspersed with a few truly massive ones. The warlord bared his teeth in anger. The green imp had ambushed him again! Yet the core of his army still held, as it appeared the force coming from the Grimgate had no intention of returning to the fight, and those around the banner of Clan Moors knew better than to start fleeing. Thinking fast, the warlord started to shout new orders when he was rudely interrupted by a terrifying shriek overhead. A large shadow blotted out the sun, as the only warning before a brutish wyvern with a huge orc upon its back landed amidst the clan rats just behind Queek. Most of the Skaven center panicked and began to flee, much to the warlord's chagrin. He swiftly gave out orders to the messengers cowering beside him. The Greyseer Conscript would handle the idol and its sorcerer. The Gromril armored iron-skinned storm vermin were to go with the Clan Mulder contingent to secure the Grimgate and catch the fleeing green things, while he would deal with the wyvern personally. Queek couldn't see Gobla or Skarsnik anywhere, so he'd have to settle for the orc warboss in the meantime. Plus, he had never killed a wyvern before. The warlord of Clan Moors swiftly closed the gap between him and the wyvern, as it messily devoured any Skaven who wandered too close. The beast's gut bulged with corpses, but it had the simple solution of defecating while fighting to clear constant space. Atop its back, the orc lashed out with a wicked spear, impaling squealing clan rats that it would wave in front of the wyvern's face like a tied carrot. Ordering his Redguard to stay back, the headtaker marched out alone in front of the pair and slammed his weapons together to draw their attention. Announcing himself as the mighty Queek in the orc's crude language, the warboss turned his mount to face the Skaven, and the duel was set. The headtaker knew the stupid meat warboss would flee if his storm vermin had joined, so he strode forward cautiously and readied himself. He didn't have to wait long, as the wyvern let loose a savage roar and plowed forwards. The orc thrust his spear at Queek, but he easily parried it aside and brought his sword slashing down on the mount's skull. Much to his surprise, the blade simply bounced off the creature's iron-hard scales before its jaws came snapping at him with another spear thrust from the rider. The warlord of Carrick 8 Peaks narrowly avoided them both by leaping back, only to have to roll aside immediately as the wyvern's venomous stinger tail plunged into the earth where he had been standing. Wiping off some of the sizzling black venom from his cheek, the mighty Queek stood with a snarl as the orc began to laugh. The lizard beast continued to chase after the head taker, its jagged fangs missing him by inches as he tripped over some collapsed masonry. In this moment of vulnerability, the orc stabbed forward and cut a deep gash across Queek's arm. Hissing with pain, he managed to jump back just as the warboss started to ramble on about itself. The head taker barely listened as the green thing monologued about being the best from the Broken Tooth tribe, and instead waited patiently for an opening. The talkative ones always ended up making some critical mistake. He and the wyvern circled each other while the orc continued to ramble, the Ratman's eyes carefully focusing for any exploit. Finally, the warboss roared out that he was Krolg Crushhelm, and he would be the real boss of Carrick 8 Peaks before spurring his mount forwards. The wyvern roared and committed fully to the final attack, its scorpion tail swiping down, jaws coming from the left, and Krog's spear from the right. That is when Queek saw the opening. He exploded into motion, ducking the dripping stinger and batting aside the orc's spear in the same motion. He then collapsed his knees to roll just under the wyvern's jaws before springing to his feet and spinning around to bring the spike of Dwarf Gouger precisely into the lizard's soft eyeball. The monster screeched in agony and reeled backwards, but the head taker held on to his prized weapon and was dragged high into the air. At the absolute perfect moment, he released his hold on the haft and soared above, twisting around to bring his sawtooth sword arcing down. Krog's head snapped up in surprise to follow the warlord's descent, before toppling off his shoulders into the dirt. Queek landed on his feet in a crouch with a gleeful smile upon his lips. That had been a good fight. He did decide to wait until the wyvern's death throes were completely over, before retrieving Dwarf Gouger, however. Taking stock of the battlefield, Queek was pleased to see that everything was under control. The idol had been toppled over and scattered across the corpse-strewn earth. One of the terrifying vermin lords was dispatching the spider hordes, and the large, colossal squig seemed to be rampaging off into some unnotable part of the battlefield. The rest of the goblins were being routed by the superior Skaven forces, now that their reserves were pouring out from the burnt cliffs. Although Skarsnik was still nowhere to be seen, the head taker knew that none could contest the City of Pillars now. Soon, it would be Belagar's turn. Truly, Queek Head Taker was the great mightiest warlord of Carrick 8 Peaks. All right. There we go. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a just a small preview of what's to come in the future, but that's my thanks for coming by today. Tomorrow we will be back with Total War Warhammer. We'll be playing a Warrior of Chaos campaign because that won by a landslide with like thousands of votes. So I hope you all enjoyed that little preview, and I'll see you guys. I'm not sure exactly what campaign we'll be doing. We're having the members and patrons over on Patreon vote for which Chaos campaign we'll be doing. So until then, thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to go watch Turin's stream while I eat my lunch, and then I need to paint. I need to paint a lot. So, yeah. Till next time, guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, bye.